Mic check 1, 2. Beauty.
Hello there.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think we're being followed.
Take the follow. Welcome to Tight Pants Army. Ah, shit. Let's try that again. There we go. Now the mic's working right. Sometimes just got to reset it. Well, welcome everybody to a special edition of the Tight Pants Army Captain Mel Show. It's a special day for Halo fans. Special day for Halo fans. Got some awesome Halo Infinite news about to come up. And today's the 12th birthday of ODST. How cool is that? Oh, shit. I guess I better fix that. There we go. Now it's not an emote only anymore. Good. How's everybody doing today? Oh, that needs to be angled a little better. There we go. I don't normally do daytime streams because of work, but today's my day off, and well, plus we got this 343 Industries is going to be on, giving us a breakdown of the tech review for this weekend for Halo Infinite, and that's what we're going to watch today. Not going to be doing any games today. We're just going to do this. We're going to hang out. We're going to chat. And we're going to hear the news about Halo. I'm pretty excited about this. Should be about 10 minutes when they'll be on. It's supposed to be 2 o'clock Pacific time. And I guess this is a multiplayer tech review. And from what I've heard, they're going to be introducing Big Team Battle on this one. So that'll be interesting. Yummy Mountain Dew.
We all hear what's going on.
The real Crispy Kev coming in with the host. Thank you for the support. So yeah, we're gonna have a little fun today. We're just gonna chit chat. We're gonna have some Halo hype. We got about, like I said, we got about 10 minutes until the broadcast starts. So I figured I'd put on. Let's see, go back here. Where was it? I'm going to put on one of the replays of my last Halo Infinite play from the last tech review. I'm going to put that on in the background for us to just have something going on the screen. Whoop, better turn down the speaker on my monitor. Oh, and it sounds like I gotta check my game audio here. Always something with the audio. That's how it goes. Ah, there we go. Now it's working. I'm going to turn that down a little bit so it really is just background. Well, this is back before I got some of this work done on my stream. Wow. Audio is pretty awful. But yeah, I got the email the other night during my Halo stream. Go figure. That I got invited for the next tech review, which is this weekend, starting Friday evening, going through Monday morning, and then again next weekend as well. So there's going to be a lot of Halo going on the next 2 weekends. Pretty excited. We'll see what they've got to say about stuff that's going to be in the game or not in the game when it comes time for release, when Infinite drops on, I think it's December 8th. So that'll be interesting. I'm really excited for the game. It's been a long time coming. And hopefully it doesn't disappoint. Because there's a lot of haters out there trash talking it already, and it still isn't even out. Like during the last tech review, people were complaining about having to do the bots and the fucking weapons training and all that. And they're like, well, that's kind of what a tech review is about playing the parts of the game that they want you to play so they can figure out what works and what doesn't. So I don't understand people that complain about stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense. Just pull this up on my phone so I can see it when they go.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, Wolfie! What's going on, my dude? What the fuck? There's no fucking way. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Got exciting Halo stuff going on today, man. You know me, being the big Halo dork that I am, I couldn't resist. Nah, this is going to be great. We're going to have ourselves a little chat session. We're going to watch 343 Industries talk about the tech review that's going on this weekend, which I have been invited to play in. Crispy Kev, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream. A rare Captain Mal 420 daytime stream. But considering I had the day off, I couldn't help myself. Black Knight, how are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I figured since I had the day off, I might as well stream the announcement and the breakdown of the game. So it's going to be about an hour and a half of 343 talking about all the good stuff that's going to go on this weekend. And on top of it, Oh, that's all right, Kev. I appreciate you coming in nonetheless. Yeah, Black Knight, I am ready for the tech review. Yeah, Wolfie, it is a rare day off. I haven't actually had a full, complete day off from the hotel since like February. And this weekend starts bringing in our fall busy season. So I closed the hotel for a couple days so we could get everything caught up and so we could all have a day off. Because tomorrow I've got a group of bikers coming in. Yeah, I am super psyched for the tech review, and especially 2 weekends in a row. I mean, that's amazing. That's going to be awesome. Word that I've heard is they're going to bring out Big Team Battle this time, so that'll be pretty sweet. Can't wait to see what that's like. See what some of the new maps are they're going to bring out. I am pretty crispy right now too, Kev. I scraped out my dab rig. And I've been doing some dab hits all morning because I have the day off. I played a little Halo this morning, played some Action Sack. Had a few really good games. God, I still can't fix that. I still can't fix that. I don't know why. Super bored. Well, you know, Wolfie, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to cure people's boredom. How can you be bored living on a tropical island surrounded by palm trees and beautiful women? Got you, bitch. Oh, Halo's live. All right, let's get over there. There it is. You do have permission to use heist. It'll come up in a second. There's 2 heists, and for some reason the bots are fighting each other. I'm having bot issues. So some stuff works right, some stuff doesn't. I'm still trying to figure some of that shit out. Well, I tried disabling the heist on one bot and keeping it on the other, and that kind of fucked things up. Honestly, I think it's all Kev's fault for changing his name. Maybe, maybe not. Well, I don't know if I can. That's the thing. They're kind of tied together. They're both Streamlabs. Oh, nice, Black Knight. That's awesome. Yeah, I was actually wearing my Master Chief helmet last night while I was playing. Yeah, because if I turn off I don't know. I'm not a professional. Don't ask me. Let me turn the other heist back on. If fucking find it. All right, well, you know what? Now's not the time for it, obviously. Volume's good.
Why are you here?
To fight.
To win.
To be a Spartan.
So it looks like they're showing us some of the story from the campaign. That would be cool, Black Knight.
What is a Spartan? A Spartan is a symbol.
Yeah, I'm not really in need of a kidney right now.
Where there is
Sorry,
no
Wolfie.
in times of darkness.
Oh,
Hope.
I'm getting goosebumps watching this. Now, you know what? If I could afford to get rid of a testicle, I would, but I've already lost one, so I can't donate one, unfortunately.
Candidates, are you ready?
Oh, are you ready?
Can't hear you. Again. Good. Who's first?
Come on, are you guys ready? I can't even fucking explain how excited I am about this. I literally have goosebumps right now. Oh, I can't wait to see what maps they're going to release for this one. Because we only got to play, two or three different maps in the first tech review? Oh, and by the way, everybody, we hit 50 followers. I'm actually up to 52 now. So thank you, everybody, for following and helping get that milestone accomplished. Now I just got to get the average of 3 viewers. Oh, here we go.
Hey, hello, everyone. What is up? Welcome, Sketch here. We are live inside 343 Industries. in
Ooh,
Redmond,
Blood
Washington.
Gulch.
I'm excited to be back. We're ready to talk about our next multiplayer preview.
Oh, I love his
Just
hat.
got a little taste of the main menu there. I know a lot of y'all have been talking about it. Much like we've missed that, right? We've missed the music, we missed the feels, but we are nearly back. So thank you for joining us today. We're going to cover off on what you can expect with our next flight. Got some special guests. We're going to show off some new content.
Oh, look at the helmets in the background.
Closer idea and a closer look at what you'll be able to play when this next flight lands. Before we do that, though, I want to give a quick shout out to our friends. A lot of folks kind of noticed the 117 hat, some of the cool apparel that our friends at the Gear team have been kicking on. lately.
Yeah.
I'm excited to say we have a special little Halo Insider flash promo, if you will. So for the next couple hours, if you wanted to go to gear.xbox.com, use the code Halo Insider 15, you'll get 15% off. So
Oh, wow.
The holidays are approaching. There's some really cool Halo collectibles there.
Y'all
to
remember
check
that
out.
if anybody
So
wants
thanks
to
our
buy me a
friends
present.
at the Gear Shop for helping us out with that. So we are back. If you were with us for the last tech preview, you kind of have an idea of what
I
to
was.
expect this time. We have obviously made some progress. You'll find that there's some new things to explore. Teams are working very, very hard now on the road to our launch on December 8th, and we really can't wait to get through this next critical milestone. Our
Is
biggest
the
focus
audio
for
all
this
good,
Tech
you
preview
guys?
truly is about concurrency. We are ready to get as many people through as we possibly can to play at the same time. And our goal is to push our services and infrastructure as hard as we can. just to help us make
3,500 for
sure
a
that we are
testicle?
ready and able to have a smooth launch come December. Now, before we get too much further, I wanted to share some breaking news here because, the whole nature of this
35,000.
fight is it's about helping us discover and work through problems now versus when it would later.
Oh, shit, I'd
potentially
sell my
impact,
remaining
retail
testicle for
players once the game is
35,000.
live. We learn something new every
No
time
joke.
we do a flight, and this is a process that the studio's been doing in some cases for years. Our Halo insiders that have been, involved with helping us with MCC know those flights have
I don't
been
need the other
instrumental
one.
to helping that experience improve.
not
and
having
evolve
kids.
with player feedback in mind. A lot of great updates, bug fixes, quality of life improvements, new features. All of those things were the result of flighting. With Infinite, we've had small flights going for quite some time now. And, back in July was our first true public flight. We learned a ton. There's a big outcomes blog on Halo Waypoint if you haven't seen it that kind of gives you more insights into what the team saw, what some of the key takeaways were.
Yeah,
and
if you
what
guys
can
haven't,
expect
make
in
sure you
terms
check
of
out
next steps on
Halo
how we
Waypoint.
respond
There's
to-
all kinds of good news about Halo in
respond to
there.
that feedback. But all that's to say is flighting is still a process in one moment in development, and there's a lot of factors that sort of feed
Wolfie,
into that.
sell one
So
of your testicles so you
today,
can have a full
I
setup.
wanted to be very
35,000.
transparent that we are excited for
Well,
this
it's 35,000
preview.
US.
The selection emails have already gone out. Our hope is that this
That's
flight's
what
gonna
I'm
kick off
saying.
very, very soon. Officially, the build was supposed to go out tomorrow. This may or may not happen. We are potentially going to look at a time shift here. We're not quite sure. When it's ready, it will be ready. We want to be very transparent with you, though. We're very appreciative of all the insider support we see out there, but we might have a small shift in our schedule. And if we do, we should have more clarity on that at some point in the very
Small
near future.
shift
So we
in
do
their
ask to
schedule.
Stay tuned to Halo Waypoint. Stay tuned to Halo Social on Twitter in particular. We will provide those updates. So for
Everything's
now,
always fucking delayed.
teams are working very, very hard. We're still progressing, but we're in a little bit of a holding pattern due to some late-breaking issues that we found along the way in this release process. So there's a chance that we might have a shift in schedule, but that doesn't really change.
Well, use the rest of the money to buy me some stuff. I could use a new monitor
some of
too.
the new content and some of the new experiences that you will be able to enjoy when this flight does land. So today I'm going to
I'll take a
first
32-inch curved.
chat with Sarah Stern, multiplayer designer, about bots. We're going to talk a little bit about how the bots showed up in the last tech preview and some of the work that she and the team have done to further improve the bots and sort of what you'll expect to see when this next flight goes live. Then we're going to have a conversation about Academy. We're going to show off a new map as part of that. We've
Oh,
got
there
a
you go,
experience
Wolfie.
called Training mode that we're
2,500.
excited to demo for you here today. And then we're going to wrap things up with our first official look in detail at Big Team Battle.
Ooh,
Improved, bigger and better Big Team Battle coming to Halo Infinite.
bigger
That
and
will
better
currently
Big
be
Team
part of our
Battle.
second weekend of the flight. But I've got Fernando here with me this afternoon, and we're going to take a closer look and just give
Fernando!
you, really a first-hand account of a match that's been played on one of our maps called Fragmentation. So to kick things off, I sat down with Sarah Stern.
Wolfie,
the
if
other
you
day
do
to
exclamation
talk to
point
her
cargo,
about
it
bots
gives
and
you
the work
free
that's going
space balls.
into that new feature with Halo Infinite. So let's take a look at that, and we'll be back in just a few.
Oh.
Okay, hey everyone. We are going to talk about bots. And Sarah, it is great to have you on the stream. Welcome.
Thanks. Happy to be here.
So before we jump into the nitty gritty and sort of talk about all the great work you and the team have done on bots, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and your role here at 343?
So I'm a designer on the multiplayer team, primarily responsible for bots, and a lot of that is kind of
Don't.
looking at the game, looking at multiplayer, looking at our modes, and making
Oh,
sure
that cooldown's way too long.
with the help of our fantastic engineers, get the bots to play the game in a way that's representative of humans.
So obviously bots, huge brand new addition to Halo Infinite multiplayer. We took them out for a preview, a little test drive, and debuted those in our technical preview back in July. Landed really, really well. A lot of excitement around those. But could you just kind of walk us through a little bit about the origin? How did bots come to be? What are the goals and sort of what's the intent that you and the team had when you set out to bring this to the game?
Well, I think Tom did a really good job of kind of setting up the reasoning for why.
There, I
we did
fixed the
this
cooldown.
In our last preview, when he talked about how multiplayer can be kind of intimidating, right? It can be a little bit scary to dive into, even though it's really fun. And so the goal of bots has always been like, how can we make a tool that allows more people to experience the fun of multiplayer kind of where they're at right now, whether that's I'm just starting the game for the first time and I'm trying to figure out the controls, or it's, I had a rough day at work and I just kind of want to lean back and get some medals.
See, that's the thing I like about the bots is it
Bots
gives
to be
new
there to kind of
players
expand
a way to get used to
when
the game
player
before
is
they
there.
go into live
Bots
and
made a
get
big
fucking
splash in the
spanked.
tech preview. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I'm sorry to say that I'm told that over 65 million bots were actually slayed during the course of that couple days. So suffice it to say that they put in some work, right? And they landed really, really well with the community. But from your perspective, what did you see? How was the response?
I
from
may
your
end up having to
perspective? What were the
reset
big
points
takeaways or
completely
things that you and the team were looking for coming out of that first tech preview?
Well, I will say
to
for us,
make it
was-
work right,
the response was a little bit overwhelming. We've
and
been
then
working
just
on this
completely
feature for a long
disable
time,
CloudBot
and
and
we'd really
move
only
everything
said
over
that
into
they were in
chatbot.
the game, but we hadn't had a ton of feedback yet on it. And so
I
it
think
was-
that's what I'm gonna have to
it was
do.
a lot to go from being very quiet to having so many people playing with them, enjoying them, giving us feedback on how they could be better. And
I do like
team
the
just
bot
kinda ate it
play.
up that whole weekend was just watching
Black
people
Knight, you
play
still
and
out
really
there?
enjoying it. They definitely had some bugs, some that we knew about going into the preview, especially with their movement around maps. But the preview helped us find a lot of things that we hadn't caught yet or just weren't expecting. Like, we weren't sure where the difficulty stacked relative to the player population, and we got a lot
That
of
weapon
data
right there, I can't
indicated
remember what
that
it's called, but it's
we have
badass. I
some
really
room
enjoy
to
it. It's got
improve
two
and
different
challenge,
firing
and
patterns.
Our goal is to provide an onboarding experience. So
It's
just-
got
it
like
was a
this ricochet
phenomenal
thing.
amount of feedback and input that we can just really kind of put to use to make them even better.
Yeah, the difficulty one in particular, I think, kind of interesting because I'll be the first.
Yeah.
To say, I think we maybe
Chatbot's where I got all my
overhyped it a
good
little
shit
bit,
though,
right? It's like, oh my
because
gosh, the Spartan bots are
CloudBot is
super
very
scary.
limited. You can't
Safe
use
to say that,
scripts.
the Spartan bots, while not meant to be punishing, as per your design goals,
Can't use
weren't
scripts at
really
all in
the
CloudBot.
next level that I think you and the team had intended, and certainly not to the extent that we had overhyped this big.
Ooh, I like his
experience.
T-shirt,
For this
the
next
energy sword.
preview, one, we've bumped the difficulty kind of across the board, especially because we're now introducing recruit into the mix, so there is another option for that kind of
Oh, bot
earlier player
difficulties. That's kind of
to
neat.
better experience. So the bot should be a little bit more challenging this time, and we've kind of flipped on a couple of new behaviors that we're interested in seeing. So
This girl doesn't look like she
Spartans
gets a
will
whole lot of
share
sleep.
information with each others as though they're teammates trying to call out positions. So really curious to see how people react to that.
We could sort of let's talk about that a little bit more. We have our bigger preview coming up. The bot arena is back. Also, at some point, I'm pretty sure we'll have a new preview as well, right? It's Behemoth, which we'll see here in a little bit, but it's a
Oh, new
vehicle
map.
arena right? So how does that weigh in when you and the bot team are sort of approaching the design?
That map is interesting. It's a much wider experience. It's got longer sight lines than some of our other maps that you've played on previously, and that can pose different challenges in terms of what bots get engaged in and what they react to. There is
See what I'm saying?
when it comes to vehicles.
Stupid
they,
fucking bot.
They know that they don't like them, but they aren't sure how to really deal with them. So that's something that we're aware of. But
I think what I might do is
excited for
reset the
people
whole
to,
thing like I said it was gonna,
get a chance
and
to
start
use
everybody
vehicles
out
and
with
see
like
how it's
100,000.
done.
One of the things about bots, that I think is really cool is the team has done a
10
great
more
job
seconds,
of-
Jesus Christ.
They just feel natural. They feel like they're really emulating the way.
Don't
real
anybody
players
jump
play.
cargo on fucking
At least
Wolfie.
to
Let
me,
him
they
get
don't
it.
seem cheap. They don't seem like they have omnipotence or extra health or 100% accuracy. How did that process? Like, how hard is it to try and create these AI code pieces that seem to model real life behavior pretty accurately?
And there are parts of it that are pretty straightforward, like things that are kind of button presses, right? Like getting them to shoot, getting them to just throw a grenade is stuff that Halo AI has been doing for a long time. But where it's difficult is how do you represent when to do something? When should I shoot versus when should I back up? When should I throw that grenade? When should I push forward? And we've really tried to have that decision making.
I'm sorry, Wolfie.
Bot standpoint, be representative of how players are people think. Partially so that people know that they're learning when they're engaging with these bots, right? They can see bots mimicking behaviors that they may see in matchmaking, because that's always our goal, is a way to onboard you into playing against other humans. And you can also see bots make mistakes. Like, a way to learn is to see someone do something incorrectly. So you can see a bot, especially at a lower difficulty, not disengage when that shield's broken. So like you can be like, okay, that was a mistake, and I'm going to take that knowledge and use it to improve my gameplay.
Now, you and I talked a little bit earlier before this video about some of the changes and kind of how bots are going to show up in the preview too. One of the things I want to touch on briefly is the bot arena is going to be a little bit different in terms of last time, we had a methodical, we went through the bot progression with a different difficulty of bots sort of each day, right? That's not how we're doing it this time. We're going to have one bot playlist, and I think it's just going to sort of be a random assortment of
I tried to join your heist and it started a new one.
Yeah, so what that means is that from match to match, you'll have different difficulties of opponents. So you might play a game and have a bot team that is 2 Spartans, a recruit, and an ODST. And your next match might be against 2 Marines and an ODST and a recruit. And what we're doing there is we want feedback on what it feels like to play against mixed teams.
Did you guys hear that?
From the last preview that playing against all one difficulty could feel a little bit flat. And
They're going to do mixed level bots in the bot play.
These difficulties are stacking against a wide player audience.
That's kind of neat.
We're going to talk about some of the Academy editions here coming up shortly, but good news is, not to steal thunder from our next segment, but with the addition of training mode, at that point you can configure the bot difficulty. So if you just want to warm up against the recruits, you can do that, right?
Absolutely. If you're going into the bot playlist and you hit a couple matches that are a little bit too intense for you, definitely recommend going into training mode. You'll have a lot more control there over what's spawning and what.
Try not to lose those all at once.
So, we have talked a lot over the course of this road to launch about how launch is just the beginning for us. And, that really applies to every facet of the game, from the, multiplayer all the way down to the bots as well. Obviously, we're in sort of the shutdown mode here. We're in the in-game, if you will. We don't have that much further to go, until we hit our launch date on December 8th.
December 8th? He just said it out loud, so now that really makes it official.
Can you tease anything or just sort of give us a hint of sort of where do you see bots going in future seasons beyond launch?
I mean, a lot of it is just looking at what we have in the game now, and
I changed the cooldown to 1 minute.
To the next level, right? We talked earlier about the quirks they have with vehicles, and that's an active question. Like, how can we improve their interactions with vehicles? How can we represent sort of that really high skill player thinking that we don't have in Spartan necessarily, so that we can provide more warm-up tools for a broader audience? How can we take some of the aspects of their difficulty and make that more customizable? So if someone wants, say, to disable grenade throwing when they're practicing, like, how can we give them those tools? So
that's really neat, the whole
thinking through how we
playing against mixed level of bots, so it would feel more like you're playing against a wider variety of people
at launch, and that's really
of different
how we move forward.
of different skill levels. That's really cool.
Kind of final words or sort of parting thoughts on behalf of the bot team that you'd like to share with our community today?
I think just thank you.
Who got 600,000 on a gamble?
To get
Holy shit!
Data and feedback we got from Preview 1, and just really exciting and motivating to see people engaging with stuff we worked on for a while, and just excited to get more of that feedback and appreciate everyone's time.
Well, I cannot wait to have another round of insiders, even bigger audience this time, go head-to-head with some bots that have seen some adjustments.
Yeah, they increased the audience for the tech review this weekend. So there's a whole lot more people than the last time playing.
Of course, looking for your feedback to continue improving as we go forward. We'll be back in just a minute. We're going to sit down and talk about the Academy and some of the new additions that you can look for in this next preview. Be right back.
Oh, look at this. Man, that is beautiful. God, these guys have done some amazing work. That is gorgeous. That is an awesome looking map. Oh, I gotta pre-order this. Yeah, this looks it just looks amazing, Black Knight, doesn't it? Black Knight, can you play on Tuesday nights? Look at that. That map is huge.
All right, we're back. Special thanks again to Sarah for taking some time earlier this week to talk about all the great work she and the bot teams are doing to further enrich our Halo multiplayer experience. And what you just saw there, by the way,
Yeah, that girl
just a
from the
little
bot
tease,
team looks like
little
she don't get much
fly-through
sleep.
of our big team battle match fragmentation that'll be available on the second weekend of our upcoming preview. We'll talk more about that in a bit, but first, I'd like to welcome to the stream David Ellis. David,
Well, I'm trying to put
welcome.
together. I want to put together a 4-man squad.
I know you're no stranger to live streams, but
And
before we jump into
Tuesday's
the
my
academy,
Halo
just
night.
Quickly, who are you? Kind of what do you do here at the studio? What's your role?
Yeah, so I'm a senior multiplayer designer. I've been at the studio since 2010, so I was here back when Halo Reach. You were on Reach, and
We
I was over
actually,
here.
I remember we both supported the Reach launch event.
right.
In fact, we just had the Reach anniversary,
Yeah,
so good timing there.
It's been a long time. Neither of us had gray hair at that point.
Yeah,
It was
I'm quite a bit hairier.
yeah, so I've been at the studio for a long time. I've been working on the game since Halo 4. Was focused on Spartan Ops in Halo 4, and then Halo 5 worked on the campaign, and then Warzone. And over the last several years, I've been working on bringing the Academy feature set, hoping to bring that forward to Halo Infinite.
Yeah, so we won't go super deep because I know you and the team have helped us on a number of blogs. We've talked about.
Oh man, we all got killed in the boss battle.
Folks that might be joining us for the first time or didn't play in the last tech preview, give us the high-level elevator pitch. Like, what is the Academy? How does it fit into the game? And
I'm gonna try to
what's
fix
the
all
goal
this
of
stuff
the
this
Academy?
afternoon.
Yeah, so I would encourage everyone to check out the recent Inside Infinite blog. Tom does a great job distilling sort of our key pillars and digging into the why of the Academy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Black Knight, these controllers don't last like they used to.
It's like we want to give players a safe space to learn how to Halo. And that's really what it's all about. We are a franchise that's been around almost 20 years. Over that amount of time, there's a lot of institutional knowledge of people just assuming you know how X, Y, and Z works. You hold a charge on a plasma pistol, it's going to strip someone's shields. Not everyone's going to know that. We wanted to provide modes and tools and opportunities for people to be able to learn that while they're not getting shot in the face.
So it's like I said the other night, they're trying to level the playing field.
When we launch this year on December 8th, we're going to be featuring 3 pillars in the Academy. We're going to have a tutorial, which is like a first for multiplayer in Halo. And that's going to be a linear mission where you're going to explore the Avery J. Johnson Academy of Military Sciences. And you're going to be introduced to Spartan Commander Agrena as well. And you're going to have a series of objectives that's going to onboard you into the world and universe that Halo Infinite takes place in. Also give you the opportunity to introduce all the new additions in Halo Infinite. You're going to get your personal AI. You're going to learn about all the different equipment. And
Yeah, that personal AI is pretty neat.
Help everyone onboard into that experience. And then we have 2 other options too. We have weapon drills, which we had in the previous tech preview. Everyone got to check out a slice of that experience. That, of course, will be coming back with all of our projectile weapons are going to be featured in the weapon drills. And then training mode, which players will get a chance to check out for the first time in our upcoming tech preview, is another feature. And really at its core, it's an unlimited bot Slayer match you get to hop into, but then we have the training options menu later on that lets you play around with, player loadout, all kinds of bot difficulty settings. It's really just a place where you can explore with
Well, you guys are just having some fun with this, aren't you?
Obviously, it was super well received in the tech preview, and I know the goal there is to help
gambling fools.
Players, but it also got a little funny on the tech preview, right? So, if I'm not mistaken, you were putting the call out there for high scores, and I imagine we'll see people doing that yet again this time.
Yeah, that was fun, and we've actually had a chance to go back and check and make some changes to the weapon.
Oh, these guys are going to play.
Tech preview as well, so I'm excited for people to check out some of those.
Why don't we jump in? I think you were going to put me on the spot and make me probably compete and embarrass myself, but yeah, I thought it would be cool to showcase weapon drills, talk a little bit about what's changed, and then I know for a fact we have at least one new gun.
The weapon drills were pretty neat. I kind of enjoyed that. That was a neat addition.
I'll let you drive.
We're gonna pick up our controllers. No shame in being a controller player out there.
Hell no, there's no shame in it.
I think let's start with the shock rifle, which is a new weapon.
Okay.
And
Shock
it's
rifle.
towards the top, if I recall. Yeah, it's right underneath the commando
Got it.
rifle.
Yep.
So we're going to play simultaneous is what we're thinking. Let's do shock rifle 2.
Shock rifle 2.
I'm just going to point out we practiced this yesterday. I already have 3 stars.
I played one time. I don't know if I'd call that practice. I did play
Talk
one time.
about practice.
Come on. You told me you were in here this morning like 6 hours early grinding on this.
So I thought it'd be fun just to.
I promise, Wolfie, I'm gonna
play
fix that
simultaneously.
later
So
on.
Shock rifle. Let's go ahead and start it up. And
It's going to be kind of a lot of work.
Right
I got to
on the
move
scene.
all my timers.
Yeah, we're in sync. You know, we also put out the shock rifle high-res render as part of the Inside Infinite blogger this week. It looks fantastic. By the way,
All right, so
sorry,
cool. This is the
shout out to our
first
local
view
crews
of a
in
new
animation.
weapon.
A lot of engineers and graphics.
The
folks
shock
that are bringing
rifle.
this to life, so that's nice to see. So here we are. We are inside the weapon drill.
And so the shock rifle is kind of I would call it more of a medium to
Oh,
long
you're-
range.
you're
I went ahead and
going. You already
started. I'm
scored.
sorry.
Okay, you already, no, I'm going 2 then. I'm going 2. All right, here we go.
So one of the cool things with it is if you get enemies close enough together, you can actually arc the damage and it'll damage multiple people.
Yeah, I'm not doing good. Don't watch my POV.
So what I'm going to do here is just set up this arc.
Look at this. So, also, by the way, this ducking behavior is new, right? They did not duck like this in the tech preview.
No, I don't
This
remember
is
seeing
the
them
ducking
duck like
that's
that
sort of
before.
Like pre-programmed, and we also have some dynamic they can crouch when
Oh
you're
my
trying
gosh.
to shoot them, which should make the sniper
There we
weapon
go. There
drills
we
quite
go.
a bit more
I
challenging.
got a little bit of an arc reaction
Spoiler
there.
alert, I won.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I can see how that would
Although
make
I
the
did get
sniper
3
drills a
stars. I
little
should
more
point that out
interesting.
As well, that we have retuned all the star score values in this, so it should be more aligned with
Oh.
as you sort of master your skill level, you should be able to move up the chain there.
So a little too easy last time. Is
It
that
was,
what you're
it was a
saying?
little too easy from what the data we saw and what we saw, but kind of behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
So,
I do like, by the way, and the arcing
I could
effect of
fix
shock
that.
rifle is pretty cool. It's enough to kind of weaken nearby opponents and could make the big difference right there.
one
right?
bit of advice I would give you: if you're in multiplayer and you see a group of Spartans, and one person has the overshield, shoot them first, because you're going to have more opportunities to arc that damage into the group of Spartans. Because if you kill someone, you can't then arc off their dead body. So I
Interesting.
always go after like the strongest enemy.
Didn't you tell me that it'll also arc off the flagpole as well, like in a CTF game?
Yeah, so gameplay objects, it can arc off vehicles, so you can use all that stuff. And it's if you, especially in BTB, I don't want to spoil anything from Fernando's segment, but if you can get a really good shock rifle shot, you just see it exploding from across the map. You just see this lightning shooting. It looks like Emperor Palpatine's going nuts.
You said if you get a good shock rifle shot, so I haven't ever experienced that yet, but I'll take your word for it.
But speaking
So-
of bad shots, I thought we could
Oh,
go into the
geez.
S7
Okay.
sniper as well.
Sure, let's.
All right,
just go
Wolfie,
right
now
to
you're a
the
VIP.
snipers
And
in
How do
there.
you like
I think
that?
we'd Go for Sniper 3.
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Because that was the one that everyone was most excited to put up.
Look at
So
that.
let's 3, 2, 1.
I did see that
Okay,
about the
let's go.
DMCA
These are
stuff.
going to be harder targets, I assume, right?
Yep. So you'll see.
I didn't really understand it.
which they did it before. So it's not everything's just not on an
Okay,
even
okay.
horizontal plane. So it's a little bit different. Are you ready?
Oh, look, quick tip.
Yep.
Landing headshots
I was just
consistently is
able, I
often
just got the
between
ability to
defeat.
start
Right?
naming
Who
VIPs,
would've
so
thunk it? Okay, here we go.
I think you're the first VIP, Wolfie, actually.
Oh, God. Body shot.
Man, the sniper rifle is so much more badass than it used to be.
It's all about that.
So the
range
sound of
too,
it.
Yep.
huh?
Yep. I'm gonna reload after this one. I'm just gonna try.
That
to get
sounds like a
Yeah,
50
this is
cal.
good. I hope no one's watching my POV. I should have.
Oh, that was a fortunate spawn.
I should have
for
come
me.
in earlier.
Got 20 seconds left.
Yeah, I've only got like 2 kills, maybe 3.
You know, you'd want to start with Sniper 1. Oh, they crouched. Let's see
Yeah,
if I can get a couple
I
more.
have not graduated to 3. I'll say that.
So one bit of advice I would give is when
Hey, you
they're
said it, not me, Wolfie.
going back and forth, if you're also strafing as well, you're going to move at the same speed. I find that's easier to kind of hone in your shot and get it just right.
Yeah, I got a new high score. It says. Look at that.
That's great. That's awesome. I didn't even get 3 stars that time. I needed 3 more thousand, so like 1.5 more shots. I missed quite a bit there, but
Yeah, you know, one thing you and I talked about, and I think we mentioned this before in the blog as well. You know, going forward, seeing the kind of viral competitive nature that emerged on social last time, something you and the multiplayer team have talked about in terms of the future.
Yeah.
Like leaderboards would be a cool addition. to come,
leaderboards
right?
are absolutely something. We wanted to get them in there for launch, but it didn't quite happen. Definitely, if it's something you're excited about, you want leaderboards and weapon drills, you know, put the call out there in the forums and stuff. Make sure you let us know.
My dog
'cause
is
that
having
helps
a
us in
dream.
Outline as we're planning future content, as we kind of launch this Halo Infinite.
She's
series.
growling in her
But
sleep.
We're partnering with the community, partnering with the players, so that we want to be reactive as much as we can. So if it's something you really want, call for it, and we're going to see if we can.
That shock rifle looks pretty cool.
It's safe to say we can just assume leaderboards are wanted, so we'll add that to the list. So we're going to jump over now and take a closer look at training mode, right? Which you mentioned briefly. I also want to note that we're going to do this is a double demo here. We're
I don't
not doing
remember.
original training mode for the first time, but we're going to pick Behemoth, our new
Oh,
multiplayer
training
map
mode
for
is
this
new.
preview as the backdrop.
And Behemoth is the new map. Oh, so they're going to show 2 new things. New map and a new mode.
Concept out on Monday, but I love this map. It's also brings vehicles back to the arena for a while, so that's a really interesting new twist. But let's turn over to your point of view here, Dave.
Right on, Kev. I hope they're good
Just
tacos.
launching the training mode on Behemoth. Should go pretty quick.
It's training mode. I guess this is another one of the modes they're trying to add to make it easier for new players.
On Behemoth, which is
Oh my God!
arena map with vehicles. So as you said, it's super exciting to have vehicles back in the arena space. To me, it just helps bring extra variety into that 4v4 experience. So the first thing I'm going to do, so training mode, it's a pretty simple experience once you get in here and play it, but it's hard to kind of communicate it. It's an unlimited bot slayer match. You can go in at any time and hit the pause menu, and this is differentiation. You see this setting here, training options. Players might have seen a hint of this before in earlier trailers, and in here you can go in, customize your loadout to whatever you want it to be. So I'm going to myself a sniper rifle, maybe a BR as well. I'm going to go.
Oh, you're going to be able to customize your loadouts?
You can do primary, secondary grenades, set the equipment. I'm going to give myself the grapple shot.
Nice.
The map. I'm going to go in here. You can set the number of friendly and enemy bots, and that goes, 0 all the way up to 3 for friendly bots or 4 for enemy bots. You can tweak their.
That's pretty cool.
Reveal enemy location. Basically, what this does is it puts a little nav point marker over every enemy on the map, so you can actually see where they are through walls. That's super.
That's
useful
pretty
if you
cool.
just, because the bot behavior is dynamic. You don't actually control it. If you wanted to focus on your accuracy and things like that, I found that to be a really useful tool. Play fighting is sort of similar to the experience in the tier 3 weapon drills, where the bots will engage in their combat behaviors, but they won't actually shoot.
Genome.
I'm gonna leave that off because at least when I'm playing, I like them shooting at me, because if you're getting descoped and stuff, you can kind of learn how to play around that.
How are you today, buddy?
Infinite ammo on.
Welcome to the
there's
stream.
This other little feature at the bottom. We're going to ignore that. That's just for streaming. I don't need that. I don't need that. It's just just something for the kids.
Wait, so you're on recruit difficult? Well, you turned the bots off for now.
The bots are off right now, so I'm just going to hop over here. You see man cannons.
Yeah, let's give the community what they want. I assume people would love to get a closer look at this map, so I think maybe want you
Look
to give us a
at the
little tool.
Warthog. Look at the tires on it.
Because I found the skybox in this map is just
holy shit!
Absolutely
Look
cool.
at that.
Of this sort of
Wow.
Forerunner aesthetic, palm trees. What more can you want?
Kinda got me.
It looks fantastic. I love the new kind of Forerunner aesthetic.
Wow. This looks awesome.
The map's kind of like a.
Look at the palm trees. They look so real.
A sand trap. You have the aesthetic, good vehicle play. A little bit of Valhalla with the 2 bases, although in this case the bases actually face away from one another. But you have this ring on the outside.
I am enjoying my day off as well, Genome.
Fun to do laps, help to pick up buddies on flag runs. It's a super.
This
fun
is
place
like
to
my
drive around.
first
I'm also gonna
real
pop up here. So
full
you can
day
look
off
showing off the base. There's 2
since
levels of
like
bases.
February.
There's a grav lift from the lower level. So man cannons, grav lifts, Warhogs.
Like where I don't have to worry
It's the
about
best Halo
anything.
stuff. It's everything I love about Halo, and I want
All the work's done. We're ready to go to open back up tomorrow.
Designer on this map, he's just done a great job from the very first take on it. I've just fallen in love with this.
God,
level.
this
So you
map
have
is
this little
beautiful.
path down the middle, which is a great shortcut,
Love the sneaky path.
but you better be prepared, because you can get shot from every single angle. So if you're coming down here with a flag, just be prepared.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a
so this map's just it's
kill
just a lot of
house
fun,
right
and
there.
when
Holy
you start
shit.
off for the first
Oh,
time,
that grapple
a lot of
hook.
players thought perhaps it was a BTB map. So, but it's designed around 4v4. A lot of opportunities for using your grapple shots, using.
Are you
vehicles,
still
vehicle
bored?
plays.
Are you
It's
not
super fun.
entertained?
But also, if you're on foot, you have a lot of opportunity for grabbing cover, and doing your best. So I'm going to turn the bots back on, so we can actually I can train for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the friendly bots on, enemy bots.
Marine difficulty. You can do a little better than that, right?
I think we can. Let's bump it up to Spartan
I
and see
mean,
what
as
we can
Sarah
do.
pointed out, the bots are a little more lethal now.
Well, this stream should help me get my average of 3 viewers.
That's right. So the bots are back, and you see they join. I think I turned the. Trying to remember if I turned the reveal enemy location on.
That's all I
Just
need
double
to
check
make
that, make sure,
affiliate
because I
is
think
to
that's
have an
correct.
average of 3 viewers.
Help the time to combat come in.
Okay,
I've got
so
everything else.
Extra intel. Oh,
Oh, so they just used the shock grenade on me.
Right
I'm gonna
right out of
retreat.
the back.
I'm gonna retreat and run away.
Oh, that grappling hook is
By the
so
way,
fucking
the same
cool.
Arcing effect, the shock rifle.
This-
just
that's-
the
man.
dynamo grenade is going to do the same thing. To
You
break
can master that thing. That's going to be sick.
All right, so I'm gonna swap to plasma. Where did you come from? For the record, oh wait, I was gonna say I haven't died, but I forgot. I said it deathless.
Wolfie, do you have Master Chief Collection for your PC?
That first encounter, I felt like I should have died there. So I'm just gonna grab cover here. Not doing too good. I'm gonna try to escape.
Wow, he's getting his ass
You're
whooped
so
by
quickly,
bots.
They're gonna shred my shields.
You know, so as I'm just gonna update something. I'll mention something that Sarah spoke to in her segment. You know, once the bot arena playlist is live in the flight.
Oh, he's taking out the spanker.
Different difficulties on the opponent's side, so this is great. If
Lord.
you just want to come here and warm up right away, you can do it.
Jesus.
Lots of
Wolfie.
opportunities to do that, including custom.
You know what? Have you ever played
they're
Halo,
using
Wolfie?
the
You
shotgun.
should get
They
into
are.
Halo.
Good.
That's my favorite thing. I don't know if anyone noticed. Like they looked like they were gonna take me down, and I just swapped to make sure I had rockets, and that always feels good that you have the upper hand. It's not cheating too. It's the mode.
You know, another thing that I didn't really mention at the outset.
That was a
which
slick
log
move.
yesterday is when the
Getting
flight
himself
goes
into the
live,
ghost like
you
that.
know, one thing that's going to be different this time around is we're going to have specified play times.
Honestly, Wolfie, you should give it a
We have
try.
essentially
You really
we'll
should.
have
It's a
2
lot of
4-hour
fun.
windows each day where matchmaking will be available. Now outside those windows, there will
And
users
as
still
you
be
can
able to
see
play
with the
weapon
new
drills
game
and
coming
training.
out, it's
So, this training mode will be available 24/7.
they've done a pretty nice job on it.
Come on, that was a pretty good shot. Give me some credit for that one.
It wasn't bad.
Whiffed
I
on
mean,
that one. But it's funny. You can just pop in here. You can tailor the experience however you want. I'm going to use this grav lift here, which is classic sneaking out. Also, you get to turn the infinite ammo. Not only gives you infinite ammo, you might notice I have infinite grenades. I also have infinite equipment charges.
Oh, fun.
So if you want to live out your arachnid superhero fantasy, you can do that. I'm not going to do it because I'm not as good as some of the guys around here that can basically just grapple all the way around the map. He doesn't know I have rockets. Oh, whiffed.
You know, for a game developer, he kind of
I
sucks.
totally think they're still deathless. It makes me
That
laugh.
I like. That was
I feel like
cool.
The audience might have forgotten at this point.
I didn't know you could do
It's
that.
also
Grapple
good
hook
opportunity,
onto
I should
another
point out,
player.
I'm not doing it here, which is terrible. To just learn the map, learn the
Is that
weapons
shock
and
grenade
stuff like
new?
that in a way that you're in control of.
Oh, you were definitely super combined there, by the way.
No doubt about that. But yeah, at any point you can go in here, hop back in here, adjust anything you want to. I'm gonna make myself not deathless so you can see how quickly I'm gonna die.
I
It's
tried
gonna be
out
painful.
Train Sim, and it was
With
kind of
training, I would
tough.
Finally, maybe make my own montage
The train
of just
controls
basic
are-
plays. It would be
Honestly,
against-
that's
it would
one
be
of-
It's
against
pretty
bots,
interesting.
That's
but
one
I
of the
can-
things
I
I'm
can deal with
It's
bots.
definitely
I'm looking forward to that. I think this is going to be a place where people can just really experiment with the sandbox, see how far they can push it, and try to actually do that for reals when the game comes out and do something crazy.
Yeah, by the way, they did melt you. You weren't joking.
One thing I should mention that I didn't mention weapon drills. We have updated some of the quick tips to do a better.
Yeah,
job
it's
of
pretty interesting.
controlling
It's
weapons
cool.
with Vault fire, for example, the Ravager.
I didn't have the
will
patience
fire
for it,
that
though.
down, and it'll do damage over time. So I think I'm going to get one more kill. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get
let's
one more kill, and then we'll
Take us
we'll
out on a
call
high
it.
note. Do something.
Yeah, this map is fucking insane. You imagine 8v8 on this?
Oh,
Wow.
Credit for that. I think my friendly bot must have gotten the kill. Here we go.
That's a team game, right? Oh no!
Oh.
Look at that.
I'm going to get one kill.
Pesky shady
If I die
seal.
again, we'll call it, and I will exit the stream in shame.
We'll just keep going. We'll be here all night.
I don't think anyone wants that. I
There
just
you
put through
go.
the controller
Okay,
down.
that's a good one. To
I got
end
a
on.
kill.
That's a good one to end on. That was a good
So
snipe.
yeah, again to reiterate, training mode will and the weapon drills for that matter.
Yeah,
will
well,
be
yeah,
available
that's
in
true.
This upcoming preview, both will be available for play pretty much all the
You-
time.
you
from the
just-
moment the
you
build
would
is
think,
released all
though.
the way till the time the flight is turned off. So encourage folks to jump in, run it through its paces. All the available maps will be selectable through the training mode. I believe they're Behemoth.
So that's pretty
may
neat. I like
come
that. That
online
training
a little
mode's
bit
pretty
later.
cool.
Similar to last time, we might be staggering some of that content to kind of keep the experience fresh. But suffice it to say, by the end of that first weekend, you would be able to jump in and also play Behemoth as well. So, David, before we wrap up and switch over to BTB, any sort of parting comments or final thoughts you'd like to share with our community today?
Well, it's definitely one of those, as people get hands-on with training mode for the first time, always love ideas. Like as a designer, I want to know what people like, what they don't like. Also, if there's features that don't exist in there that would help them, I want to know about that as well, because we'll add it to our backlog and see if we can add it in there. We already have like a long list of stuff that we want to do. Sarah and the bots team have talked about actually adding more granular difficulty controls to training mode. Maybe you can do different difficulty when you're friendly bots, enemy bots.
That would be pretty awesome if they could make that work.
Also, maybe down the line, we want to.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Friendly human teammates in the training mode. That's something we want to do down the line. So we're just excited for people to get hands on.
Right. So yeah, that's another thing they were talking about.
I'm excited as well. I can't wait. In fact, one thing I'm going to do in training
You
mode
can have your
today,
teammates
I
in
think
on
that
training
personally
mode.
really
So
got
if you got a
my
4-man
sensitivity
squad,
going last time. It's a little bit
you can
different this
practice
time, right?
against
So
bots. Like,
training mode's a perfect opportunity for me to kind of tweak a little bit, take some shots, and kind of
so
do that in a safe
if you got, like, if you haven't
environment.
played together in a while, you could go in,
Hopefully
play
like,
against bots for a little while
I've seen people do that
of
weapon drills
multiple
and all that,
difficulty
pretty
levels,
good. I
like
think
you're
that's,
playing real people.
last
Get
thing is
warmed
like
up,
just close out
and
the-
then jump
there's
in
a
and
clear
play.
progression we kinda think
That's
about with
pretty
the
sweet.
onboarding players.
Like,
Let's start
especially
with the
for people that are,
tutorial, go to
you know,
weapon drills, go to training mode,
on
then
squads.
bot arena, and at that point, you should be fully prepared for matchmaking and playing Halo Infinite with your friends.
Or start in ranked if that's your fancy, right?
Yeah, that's also an option for
Cool.
you, not me.
Well, thanks, David, for taking out the update here. This will be coming out soon in the preview. Coming up next, we're going to be joined by Fernando, and we are excited to show you the first look at a match of Big Team Battle on Fragmentation. We will be
Yeah,
back
it
with
looks
just
pretty
a-
cool. Wolfie. I used to do model train sets, like the HO size. Yeah, it's just super impressive. The trees look amazing. The rocks look super good. This map's pretty reminiscent of Valhalla. From is that 4? Halo 4? Or was that 3? I like the way they spread the power weapons around the map. That's pretty badass. And the thing is, the power weapons, they're in the same place. Was it 3 Genome? I couldn't remember. The power weapons are in the same place every time. So once you learn where they are and you remember it, like, oh, I can go for my needler. It's right over here.
Ambient fly-through of Fragmentation. I want to give a huge shout-out to the audio team. I mean, I've had a lot of fun playing that map, and it's very bombastic in the heat of the moment, and this is the first time I've really been able to appreciate some of those ambient sounds, so a lot of depth and layer there. But please join me in welcoming Fernando to the stream. Fernando, good to have you.
Yeah, it's great to be
Fernando!
here. That the MP team has done for BTB.
So before we jump into BTB, just for folks who don't know you, who aren't familiar with you, what's your role on the team? What's your history with 343?
Yeah, of course. I am a senior multiplayer designer. I am part of the multiplayer design team, and I'm one of the designers working in Big Team Battle.
Senior
making sure
multiplayer
that it's
designer.
good and it's exciting
Yeah,
and
now we're going to
everyone
get into the
knows that.
multiplayer stuff.
I know you're doing fantastic work. Obviously, the community's super excited about the return to Big Team Battle. I know we've talked a lot about it. We mentioned the Inside Infinite blog earlier, which you can find on
Something stuck in my
HaloWaypoint.com.
shoe.
But from your perspective, just kind of what's the overall kind of elevator pitch? How did you and the team approach Big Team Battle, And specifically, when you knew it was going to come back, it's been improved and it's different. So I'm just kind of curious.
I almost feel
what
like
the
I should
goals
put
and
my
kinda
helmet
how
on.
we end up with what we have today.
Yeah, for sure. I think like a little bit of history here, like right at the beginning when we started thinking about bringing BTB to Halo Infinite, all the designers we got into the room and we just
Genome, what are you
shared
gonna
our
stream tonight?
experiences with BTB, right? Like exciting moments that we had, or like good memories of a LAN party or something, you know, like just to make sure that we're really capturing that essence of BTB. And like after that, we came up with these 3 very important design pillars for us that we hope that
Make sure y'all go follow my friend Genome.
BTB is
He'll be
respecting,
streaming
is-
tonight.
is paying tribute to. So the first one is having embracing.
Do me a
really,
solid.
really
Give that
the
boy a
style
follow.
of
He's a good dude.
fantasy. It's a thing that is important for us across the whole multiplayer, I would say, but I think it's especially important in big team battle. We really want people to feel like they are like in a real combat scenario with a Spartan unit, right? A lot of things going on, and like having the Pelicans drop vehicles at key moments in the match that adds excitement. And I think like for me, BTV is all about like those special moments that happen thanks to the sandbox, right?
What do you got in your lineup for
which
tonight?
kind of leads to the next point, which is a very sandbox-driven experience, right? It's a space in Halo where you have the full sandbox at your disposal, vehicles, weapons, equipment, and all of this like in a big setting with 12 versus 12 players. It just leads to like crazy.
Wait, did he
crazy
just say
moments
12
and,
versus
you know,
12?
Just seeing how those different pieces interact with each other, like grappling shot at a wasp in the air is like a super awesome moment, or like stopping a grenade. with a
Wasteland 3,
repulsor,
oh,
you know,
nice.
like it's just incredible to see how we just like put the toys there and then just like fun emerges out of it. And finally, I think, and this
Wow,
is one of the
12
most
v
important
12,
things
that'd be
for me
pretty
is
sick.
that, BTV should be the social space. I think that we should.
Because big
let,
team battle
uh,
now
empower all
on
the
Master
different
Chief
player
Collection is
archetypes that we might have in Halo.
it's 8v8.
From people that are like super focused on shooting and they're like great with the sniper, and to people that might
Wow.
be like a driver, right? Or like myself, that I
24
love to
players on the
sneak
field
in
at the
and get,
same
like,
time.
The flag cap.
That's gonna be
and,
madness.
You know, like we want to make sure that there's a space where people can have fun with their friends, right? It's a great space to bring new players into playing multiplayer, right? Like you put them to like the tutorial and the academy and even, and it's like, okay, we're ready to go. Let's
know,
go,
I
right?
don't-
And let's play together, right?
I
Like,
don't
you
think
just
I've ever
find new
played any of the
players and then,
Wasteland
like, slowly
games.
make them comfortable.
I'm definitely
with
gonna have to
playing
tune in
Halo,
and
right?
watch.
Because I think it's all about like having fun together, right? And having 12 players on each side of the match, it just creates this space.
Yeah, it is super fun. I don't know how else to describe it. Also, I just want to say thank you for embracing the shenanigans archetype, which is kind of really my MO. I'm not even a good shooter anymore, but my shenanigans are in full effect in BTB, and it's super fun. Now, we recorded a match just the other night, right?
Oh.
I believe this is your point of view, so no pressure. I know you weren't.
Sorry, guys.
This is not a sweaty pro match. Like you said yourself, it's about fun. It's about a social experience.
Oh, neat.
This is kind of raw gameplay. This is recorded on a PC.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
This is not a trailer. I also just want to give additional caveats. This is from our preview build, so we're not done. The team continues to work, and really excited and proud of all the great work.
So this
that's
is
gone
some
into this
gameplay
and
from the
made,
12v12
just suffice it to say, we are still in pre-release.
on this new
I
map.
think with that, we're gonna roll this match. It's CTF on fragmentation.
Capture the flag.
12v12. We are not going to try to cast this, I promise you. but
12v12
we're gonna let it run
capture
for
the
a few minutes
flag.
To kind of let it establish itself, let our audience get a better sort of hear and see what BTB is about. And then I think you and I can just chat a little bit, and I'll ask you to kind of share some thoughts and point some things out about the map and about the gameplay, and just kind of help give our community maybe an edge for when BTB does come in the second week of our upcoming preview. So,
Yeah, for sure.
Josh, when you're ready, if you want to go ahead and roll this.
Yeah,
with
it's
us,
gonna be
let's
so
check out
nuts.
Some gameplay of CTF on fragmentation.
All right, let's check this out.
Capture the flag. Capture enemy flags to score.
And the armor color variations that they've introduced are freaking awesome too.
We attacking or defending? Or both? Yeah, let's do both.
I love the friend or foe identification system too. Oh man, listen to that warthog. The thing that's nice about it is people, not everybody being red or blue, is you actually get to see people's customized armor. Because they're either highlighted in red or highlighted in blue, but you can still see the color of their armor. I fucking like that. That is so cool. Oh my god. The camera work is fucking great. It just looks so clean.
Okay, so we're going to let this keep playing here, Fernando, but for folks that maybe missed the intro, this is Sketch, joined by multiplayer designer, senior multiplayer designer Fernando here in the studio, giving you a first look at CTF on Fragmentation, one of our new maps that'll be in this preview. Fernando, I'm going to turn it over to you a little bit. We saw a chaotic opening there, by the way. Those two warthogs just head-to-head right out of the gate. But feel free to kind of point out some stuff and, you know, just share a little bit with us additional context about what we're seeing.
Can you imagine the fun people are going to have with Forge?
Fragmentation. This is one of my favorite maps in BTB for Infinite.
Like the people that really love building maps in Forge, oh, they're going to have fun on this game.
Like a campaign level, right? And I know, gives me that Valhalla vibe.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Like as a
he's just chilling back there.
Fan, it's just exciting to play on it. Yeah, like so. Big shout out to Cliff Scholl, that is the level designer of this map. He did an amazing job with it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a skewer right there. But yeah, I think that we're playing CTF right now. We have done some tuning, especially for BTB in terms of how CTF plays, right, compared to Arena. I will not give a lot of details on that. I hope that people like get to play it and see it in person.
There's a big spike on the bottom of the flag. It's like a fucking spear.
Just to embrace really like collaboration and teamwork. So everyone feels good while playing. Like one of my mantras while working in BTB has been like everyone should feel like a hero in the match, right? Like you should have like a cool moment that you feel like, oh man, I'm amazing, right? I'm great at this game, and hopefully
exactly.
Like,
I don't disagree with him one bit.
For people, this is a cool thing I think to mention about the map. We have this thing that we internally call the loot cave. Right, where you can bring your AI and hack the entrance to the loot cave.
Really?
And yeah, you just have to like be careful there and like escort it while your little guy does its thing.
It's just a sub-objective, right?
Yeah,
like
it's just a sub-objective. Doesn't
team,
have
whoever gets.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's just like an interesting way of bringing more power into
that's fucking cool.
Cool toys to play, right? Like I just like picked up the gravity hammer there and the overshield. So let's see.
That's super cool.
People there to use my new toys with, right?
You got all the toys right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy escaped.
Yeah, he got lucky there.
Hey, speaking of which, too, I think by default, you guys talked about scaling the experience a little bit. I believe equipment has, like something like the grapple, has more charges in a big team battle than it would in arena by default, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like we figured that given the extra space, right, like this square footage of the maps, it would be nice to be able to play with the toys a little bit more than just like the
fucking Halo hype
amount of charges that you would have in arena. And it plays really well.
God, this is exciting.
If you have the grapple shot, you can just like swing around and have fun with it for a bit, and that's pretty incredible.
You're really gonna take this thing all the way back on foot?
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Okay, you got a little pickup here. Oh.
Yeah, I always like to like drive the flag and just like don't have to walk all the way to the base and getting a drive.
Oh yeah, a
there
map like
to-
this, it's
and,
gonna
like,
be
I
so
think
much
it's very good
faster to
also
drive. This is a huge
moment
map.
to talk about how vehicles play into BTB, right? Like I think they're there to be used, but I would say that they are very incorporated into how the mod plays. You'll see that the Razorback can interact with the flag, for example.
That's fucking awesome.
And they're just like a core part of BTB. So very big shout out to Brian.
Some neat
Berry,
sniper
our
spots
vehicle
on this map
designer,
too.
That he did an incredible job to make the Warhawk and the Mongoose feel.
Look at the detail on those
supposed
rocks
to
with the
feel.
dirt and the moss and
It hurts me
everything.
to see
That's
you lose that
they
hand right
really
before
put a
you
lot of
hack
love
the-
into this
hack the
game.
cave. I'm not
They
sure
really
how to
did.
deal with it.
Oh, I got
Oh,
a
yeah,
good one.
okay.
Yeah.
It's probably why there's been so many delays.
This is the Commando rifle, which is pretty cool weapon, mid-range, right? Like I always put it in between the assault rifle and the battle rifle in terms of like the role it plays when you're like in a combat scenario.
So I believe
This
some
gun
vehicles
does
will
not
don't
have a
spawn
huge
in each
clip,
base
but
by
man, it
default,
is-
right? But then in
it's
addition, you have
powerful.
this dynamic element where a Pelican's going to fly in periodically and drop off vehicles as well.
Yeah, that's a completely new system that we added for BTB and Infinite. We have like Pelican drops.
Look at that.
bringing
Fucking launches
vehicles
you
at
halfway
key
across
moments
the
of
map.
match, right? To like, there's like some very smart things running on the back to make sure that we don't affect the balance of the match. Again, big shout out to Patrick Wren and that he's an awesome designer that make it happen. Both that and the loot cave too, right? So he has been creating cool stuff to make BTB really shine and make it bigger and better than what it was.
And we also have this dynamic element of these ordnance drops as well. I don't know if we've seen one yet in this film, right? But periodically, just cool weapons.
Dude, the
coming
new
down from
Needler
the
is
sky, right?
fucking
Yeah,
insane.
so you can be just like wandering around in the map and out of nowhere like
Wow.
an ordnance drop falls right in front of you, which is one of my favorite animations in the game, right? Like you just like walk to it and it explodes.
Look at
and
that
shows
thing.
you, like your new toy. And it's a good encouragement for people to just be scavenging around and walking in the space, right? I think that BTB really shines is that you have like different pockets of interaction, right? Like maybe like this corner we are like playing with the objective and like trying to defend the flag, right? But maybe in a different corner somebody's having like a super intense combat, or like somebody else is like trying to stealthy hack the loot cave, for example, right? So there's a lot of moments and there's a lot of things going on in a BTB match. So it's super exciting no matter where you are.
Hey, was that loot cave? Does that respawn at any point during the match, or is that kind of a one and done?
No, it respawns. You have to let it reboot. It reboots for a bit, and then you can go at it again.
Okay, cool.
Huh. Man, this
Oh man,
You really
not gonna get much sleep this weekend.
I love running the flag, man. Like it's just
See,
it's
I
such a
love
cool
running the
moment
flag
when you,
too. I
like,
really do.
You know, you cap it and it explodes, and you know, like you are contributing meaningfully to like the outcome of the match. It's just so cool, you know. And like I don't know, ideally like
I'm just a big fan of
team-based
objective
right?
on
So
Halo.
even if you don't bring it, like you just bring
I
it to
love
the
Oddball,
50-yard line,
King of the
you know,
Hill,
it's like it's up to somebody
capture
else,
the
you know,
flag.
and keep like moving it like little ants in the match.
It'll be interesting to see what their
That's the threat sensor right there, like just
action sack
putting in one there just in case
games will
somebody
be
wants to
like
get
in the
close to
multiplayer.
cave, right? Can turn back.
This gives us an edge.
I usually like to use
Yeah,
it
those
like that,
sensor
like
things
to
are
behind
pretty
the wall
dope
and
too.
maybe, like I can see somebody like crouching behind or something before I commit to a route.
Enemy flag carrier spotted. You're exposed, Spartan. They spotted us, Spartan.
Oof.
Really close match.
Something else we could mention real quick too. I know we're watching CTF, but in the preview we're gonna have BTB Slayer, BTB CTF, and also a new game mode called Total Control.
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
There's
here,
that Pelican
here's the
drop, right?
Pelican drop.
Yep.
Look at that. So cool. Gets me every time. Yeah,
That's
so in
pretty
terms
neat.
of modes, we really try to have like a variety of experiences in the BTB part of multiplayer. Like from like very classic BTB.
Well, that's the shock
experience,
rifle.
right? It's like how you remember it, just like kill the enemy team, right? To like an in between and an improvement on something like CTF, like I was mentioning, right? To like something completely new, like Total Control. Total Control is area control mode where you have to capture 3 different zones at the same time to score. Once you score 1 point, a new set of zones is selected.
So that
you can
sounds
have
kind of
a
like
variety, and the first team that does that 3 times wins the match.
It's super. It's become one of my favorites. It's just so hectic because it just forces everyone into sort of those 3. There's just a lot of intense combat.
that sounds a lot like what's that game mode on Call of Duty?
Big fan of Total Control. Oh, here we go.
Oh man!
With
So
the
close,
three
huh?
the 3 objectives.
Oh, but it looks like
There it is. It's a win.
You and your team prevailed. I'm sure that your multiplayer colleagues did not go.
Fuck,
easy
you know
on
what I'm talking
this-
about.
Yeah,
this live stream, right?
everybody sometimes.
Why can't I think of
plays
it?
A little bit good.
But that was your first look at Capture the Flag on Fragmentation. Like we said, that will be part of our multiplayer preview.
Yeah, that looks
currently
pretty
with
sick.
Our original plans, that would be coming in the second weekend. So we most likely will have a doubleheader approach. First weekend is going to be more focused on Arena. Second
Domination,
weekend
yeah,
will be,
that's the one.
introducing BTB. So stay tuned. You will
It
have
sounds
chance
a
to
lot like
play, I
Domination.
promise. Now, Fernando, before we wrap this up, anything else you'd like to say, or sort of final words or closing comments you want to share with the community today?
Yeah, of course. I think that I just want people to know that the MP team really cares about Halo, right? And we are all big fans of the franchise. So we really try our best to make this Halo game the best ever. We pour our hearts into it. So we really hope that people are going to enjoy it in this flight and whenever we launch the full game. And yeah, I hope you enjoy BTB and share your tips.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this
amazing
weekend.
moments happening on screen.
Well, I'm sure we will get a lot of good moments out of here. Plus, we'll be out there playing too, right? So
Yes,
maybe
definitely.
I'll be able to get in your squad. My shenanigans plus your flag running. I think
Yeah.
we could do big things together.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of wrap this thing up here. As I said at the outset, for folks who maybe missed it, we are moving towards our next technical preview for multiplayer. Pre-selection emails did go out earlier this week to Halo Insiders. We are currently in a bit of a holding pattern due to some late breaking release issues, which may or may not result in a shift to our current schedule.
Trying to
I will provide an
multitask, eh,
update once
Wolfie?
we're done with this stream here today. I ask folks just to keep an eye on Halo Waypoint. We will be providing a lot more information about the flight, including all the instructions and play times and things of that nature. Additionally, always a good idea to follow Halo on Twitter for real-time updates there.
Oh, I
But
do.
Either way, this flight and our next preview will be coming fairly soon. We're very excited to have everybody jump in and help us really push our services to the limit. And concurrency, again, is our #1 goal, which is also, by the way, why this time around we are going to be focusing on 2 specific play sessions, 2 4-hour windows. And that's to really help us drive max players at the same time to help us hit those numbers. And it also, by the way, gives the services folks, for example, a window to be able to do some work as well without impacting the live experience for
Right.
all of our flight participants. I also just wanted to add that for that second weekend that I mentioned, when Big Team Battle goes up, we're looking to go even bigger. And we will be removing some barriers and kind of widening the funnel as a way to bring even more people in. So if you didn't get an invitation to the first weekend, don't fret. There will be additional chances for Xbox Insiders to be able to join kind of on the fly via the Xbox Insider Hub. And we're also going to look at a way to distribute additional Steam keys along the lines of allowing PC players to invite a friend for that second weekend. So
Oh, wow.
those details will be coming soon to Halo Waypoint, so stay tuned for that. And with that, appreciate everybody's support, Halo Insiders especially, from the earliest days of the MCC sort of update, road, and journey all the way to where we are today. We would not be here without you. Your support, your participation, your feedback absolutely is helping the studio, absolutely helps us make these games better. And this doesn't stop at launch. Even feedback that we got in July is already helping to inform opportunities and things to go after for beyond launch, because launch is really just the beginning in a lot of ways. So, and I think I just saw it pop up on screen, but just a quick reminder, we do have our special 15% off insider deal going on at the Gear Shop using
Cool.
Halo Insider 15. I think that's going to go for another hour or two, 5 p.m. Pacific. So
Might
you
have to
still
go
got
buy
some
some
time
gear.
to pick up a new Halo hat or T-shirt. Check out the gear collection there from our friends at the Gear Shop. And that's it then for now. So on behalf of everyone at 343 Industries, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the Halo Insider program. We will have more information about when the build will be released, and we look forward to playing with you online very soon. Thanks so much.
Sweet. Good stuff, huh? Dude, that looks like Earth. Is that what part of the new story is? Is the Covenant coming to Earth?
Why are you here?
To fight. To win. To be a Spartan.
See, now this kind of makes me wish I'd finished the campaign on 4 and 5 to know where the story dropped off.
What is a Spartan?
God, this looks so sick. So that's cool. There's a lot of neat stuff coming up.
Is a symbol.
So there'll be regular multiplayer and
Where there is none. In times of darkness.
there'll be weapons training
We are hope.
in the training center where you can play against the bots as a 4-man squad, 4-on-4 to practice. That's pretty neat. And then next weekend will be the big team battle release. So that's pretty awesome.
And together.
Now that new map looks really cool.
We are
Warthog. To see the evolution of the Warthog over the years, man, this is one of the best renditions of it yet.
Candidates, are you ready? Yes, ma'am.
I gotta hand it to them. It really seems like they're really trying to make this the best Halo ever.
Who's first?
I mean, you can tell that they really don't want to disappoint. You can see it. These guys have put their hearts into this game. So amidst all the smack talk and everything, and even if it's not a full, it's still going to suck if it's not a complete release on the 8th, but I'm hopeful. Hopefully it won't be long before the other parts come out. Man, just the detail and everything. It's great. Fantastic. I'm happy. I do like what they were saying about the training mode. That is pretty sweet, and they're trying to make it. They're working towards putting it so you can have different levels of bot So you're not playing all against one difficulty of bot. You can spread it out so it's more like you're playing against real people of differing experience. That's a pretty slick way to looking at it. Yeah, the multiplayer is going to be free from the get-go, Wolfie. And then you'll have to pay for the rest of it. You'll have to buy the rest of the game. So that's going to be neat. I like it. That whole training thing really. Right, exactly. See, I've been saying this since the first flight. It seems like there's some very Call of Duty-esque aspects to the game that they've added. To I think probably just to try and sway a new crowd. I mean, you look at how popular Call of Duty is and the style of gameplay. If they can merge some of that style of gameplay into Halo and not make it feel like Call of Duty with a Halo skin, they might have something. You know, that could really work. I'm excited to see how this progresses. So December 8th is the official release.
This whatchamacallit.
Oh,
no
my controller
way.
died. No, let's get out of here. Thank you.
After a long day of streaming?
So there we have it. There we have it. What do you guys think? What did you guys think of it? Now that the video's over, we can really talk about it. The whole friend versus foe system I really love. Like I was saying before when they were showing it, it really, you get to see the work that people do putting into their armor. And you couldn't see that before unless you were playing free for all. That's the only time you could see armor customizations if you're playing free for all. So any other multiplayer you didn't get to see it. So that's pretty sick. And then the variations on the armor colors, the weapons mods, everything, the weapon skins, the battle pass. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get the new COD either, although I am thinking about getting the new Battlefield. That looks pretty awesome. But Halo's coming first. Halo's my first true love. I think I've told you guys this before, but Halo is what converted me from PlayStation to Xbox. Yeah, I mean, if that what they just showed us is the opening, like to the campaign, that's got some promise. I just hope they do a good job on the story. Because I got to be honest, I didn't care for the Prometheans at all. At all. Not a fan. I would rather fight the Flood than the Prometheans. And I know they're part of the lore. I know they're part of the story. It's just, didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy fighting them. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. Putting that vibe out there, Wolfie, huh? That Christmas vibe. Yeah, Genome. I love what they're doing. It's and talking to that guy Fernando that they were just talking to. I mean, that guy, you can tell he loves what he does. Man, that capture the flag looked great. Oh, that map was huge. I can't wait to use the Warthog. Oh, it's going to be so much fun. Oh, really? Wolfie? No shit. That's funny. He likes to do that. He likes to gift out games. I've seen him do it quite a few times. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I had the day off so I could do this and we could come in and watch that and see what to expect for this weekend. So hopefully I'll be able to get on. Fingers crossed, I'll be able to get on for at least for a little while on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday. You know, I normally do my horror streams. We're going to replace the scary Sunday with Halo, just because it's a special occasion. You know, it's the tech review. We got to play. Got to play as much as I can. So we'll see. So I'll be taking tomorrow night off. I probably won't stream tonight. I'll probably come in and watch Genome, though. Oh, well, bless you, Wolfie. Goes in tight. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it. I'm not going to do any games today. I just came on to do that because Halo's my thing. Halo's my thing, and I was excited about it, and I wanted to share that with everyone. Share my love for Halo. So make sure y'all tune in this weekend. Keep an eye out for alerts because I'll definitely be mashing it up. And then one more time here. Make sure y'all go give my boy Genome a follow. He'll be streaming tonight. He's part of the Tight Pants Army. So go check him out. I'll be there. Oh, right on, Wolfie. I'll have to check that out. It's not a dick pic, is it? I mean, I know I made you a VIP, but damn. All right. Anybody got anything they want to add about Infinite, about what we just watched? Anyone? Bueller? It's a big one. Well, then it can't be yours then. What'd you do, cut it out of a magazine? You guys are fun. I'm glad you guys are all here today. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm going to get going. Go hang out with my dogs for a little while. Maybe take a nap because it is my day off. So, all right, everybody. Fucking Wolfie. You all have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time zone you're in. Enjoy that time of day wherever you are. Make sure to come back and join us. And if you haven't followed already, go down there and drop me a follow. I am Captain Mal 420. Peace, love, and bong hits. I'm out.